This is how to perform a Mann Whitney test to compare two groups when you have data from a between groups design. So here we have two groups of participants. There's a group of 12 people and a group of 10 people who have been split into two groups. The group sizes are unequal, which may be one reason for using non-parametric statistics. All the data may not be normally distributed, or the data may be measured on some kind of scale that isn't really an interval scale or ratio scale. So in this experiment, one group of participants have been given a piece of cheese to eat, and the other participants a piece of chalk to eat, and then they've been given some kind of test to do. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. So as with all analyses in SPSS, each row corresponds to one participant. So this is participant number 1. They're in the cheese group, and that's their score. And because these are two different groups, all of the scores are in one column. We don't have the scores side by side. So we're going to test the hypothesis that the cheese group will perform better on the test than the chalk group. Now the best way to do a Mann Whitney test on SPSS is the old way, so analyze, go down to non-parametric tests, and there are options here for doing different types of tests. But if you go down to legacy dialogues and go down to two independent samples and click on that. In the test variable list, put the dependent variable, and that's the score. In the grouping variable, well, that's the independent variable, and I've called it group. Now I just need to define the groups. When the data were typed in, the first group I used 1s, and the second group I used 2s. So group 1 is cheese, group 2 is chalk. Click continue. Down here, Mann Whitney U, that's the test we want, and click OK. This is the output from a Mann Whitney test. It's very simple. It gives you the ranks. Now scores are ranked for the two samples from the lowest through to the highest. So as you can see, the chalk scores are lower than the cheese scores. This is the significance level down here, which says sig 0.016, and that's smaller than 0.05, so there is a significant difference between the groups. This is the test statistic, where a t-test gives you a value of t, Mann Whitney U gives you a value of u. That's 23.5. So what we have found supports the hypothesis that the cheese group would score more highly than the chalk group. And that's all there is to doing a Mann Whitney test.